Hello, and here we are in another session with me, Aminba, for the cash flow and profit series. So let me ask you a question. If your cash flow isn't where you want it to be, what's waiting until January really costing you? So what is the costs of you waiting to fix your cash flow problems? So today we'll be talking about why now and not next year, even though next year is a couple of weeks away. And why now and not next year is the best time for you to tackle your cash flow challenges and also set up your business for success. Okay, you all define your own definition of success, but when it comes to business, there is a very simple definition of success when it comes to business, that there is cash flow positive, and that you are making a profit. If you're not making a profit within your business, then you really have to look at exactly why you're in business, what the business is doing, regardless whether the business is a for profit business or it is a not for profit business. There is still some element of cash flow that is needed to keep the lights on. And if you want to make it long term, then there is an element of either bringing in more donations, more profit, whatever it is that the terminology might be at that particular point in time. So let's break down what happens when you wait. What is that wait costing you? And also why taking action now can completely change your business for 2024. And the greatest thing about it is that the action that you need to take is not overhauling your whole business. It's actually, the little things that will help you do so. So let's get straight into it. So, why waiting is a mistake? Why is that? So, every month, when you delay fixing your cash flow issues, the leaks compound. It is literally a compounding effect that would sink your boat, in not so many words. So it's not the one little leak, it's not the multitude of little leaks, it's the compounding effect of it. If you see a multitude of leaks now and you fix it now, the boat is saved, the ship is saved. But if you let it carry on, then more water is going to get into the boat, and that's the way it increases the weight for it to sink. All right, the buoyancy is totally gone. So whether it's untracked expenses, late invoices, or overspending, all of this accumulates, and January becomes about damage control instead of progress. And I cannot tell you how many times a lot of the actions that has been taken is more damage control, is more firefighting rather than actual progression, rather than actual building growth and, putting things in place to scale. All right. So that is the compound effect of your delays. Then there is the missed opportunities. So opportunities to invest in growth, which I already mentioned. So things like hiring, marketing, or even expanding require clarity and resources. But when you are not looking at your cash flow, when you are not making sure that you're aware of the state of your business, the health of your business, then for things like those growth activities, like the hiring, increasing your marketing and all that becomes more risky because you do not know where you stand in your business. You do not know where the business stands, even to be more precise. So without knowing your cash flow, you risk missing chances. And the great thing about stuff like this is that money loves speed. So when you're aware, when you are clear with where your business is at, you're able to see what is an opportunity, because not every good thing is necessarily an opportunity that you should go for. Not every opportunity is for you or your business at that particular point in time. And you being able to know this, being aware of this, and then Jumping on the opportunities that are relevant for you, are in alignment with your goals and your values, makes all the difference. So that is why it's so important to get this clarity so that you do not have missed opportunities. So, what is the third reason why it is a mistake to wait? Well, emotional weight. A mistake to wait is the emotional weight, but the emotional weight that comes with it, the stress of not knowing where your money is going, weighs on you. And I know this for a fact. I've been there, I've done that, and now I changed my t shirt. Been there, done that, tossed out that t shirt and got myself a new t shirt because I have seen the difference it's made. Being on top of your cash flow, having that clarity, putting that strategic financial plan in place for the business. Okay. So you're stealing energy and focusing, you're stealing energy from your goals and not focusing on your bigger goals. So, because you're there in the nitty gritty, you're there in the detail, you cannot focus on that big strategic picture that you had when you started your business, or even now, whatever the big picture vision is. You do not have the time, you do not have the energy, and you do not have the resources to be able to focus on that. So, being able to focus on your cash flow now and settle your cash flow now is why now is the time to deal with it and not waiting. Okay. And not waiting. So, why is fixing your cash flow now so crucial? So, I've given you the reasons why waiting is a mistake, a huge mistake. You're doing yourself a disservice. You're doing the impact that you bring into the world, the changes that your business delivers. You're doing all of that a disservice by not tackling your cash flow issues now. And now looking at why now is critical. Well, apart from the fact that we're all in the space of, new year, new beginnings, starting afresh and all that, there's also the momentum of it all. So riding on that wave of, the new year. How can you finish the year so that it sets the tone for how you start the next one? So it's a bit like your end of quarter. How do you end your quarter? But this is even more, it's larger. It's larger than just end of quarter, it's end of year. Okay. So this is the way I feel sometimes as well when it comes to end of year, from a financial perspective. So when it comes to end of year from a financial perspective, it's also just as exciting because you're reviewing your budget, you're releasing new budget for your specific departments and so forth. So clearing your cash flow issues now means you can hit the ground running in January. And you're not only starting with full understanding of what is happening, you have clarity, greater clarity, and also you have confidence in what it is that you're pursuing, in what it is that you are trying to achieve, in the changes, in the difference that you're trying to put in place when it comes to your business, and also when it comes to your impact, to the changes, and so forth. So, first of all, then, why now is critical is that you're riding the momentum of the new year. Let's do it. Let's ride that wave to our benefit. Okay. Then the next one is control. Clarity brings control. Clarity brings control. You have a better handle on your finances. You gain control. In fact, you gain back control on your finances. When you know where your money is going, you are in control and not your finances. Okay, you're not running helter skelter behind your finances. You're ahead of your finances. You are in the position to actually tell your money what you want it to do. You're in the position of being intentional with the spending within your business and being aware exactly where every dollar is going. Okay, and it's easier to make decisions, allocate resources, and prioritize growth. The thing with growth is that you have to do it at the right time. I have seen businesses, I have worked in businesses, I've worked with businesses where their growth was too fast, the scale too fast, and it came crashing down like a house built, like a house of cards. So, when you're aware then of where your money is going, when you're in control of your money and the finances are not in control of you, then you can make those decisions easier. Okay. And to make not only easier, to make those decisions not only easier, but also profitable, you want to make it data driven. You want to back it by the data, by the story that your business is telling you, that your numbers are telling you. Okay, you want to allocate resources so that strategic big picture vision is still there, is still being catered for. All right, for you to achieve that big vision, you have those little goals, those smaller goals that lead to that. But when there is no alignment, when there is no strategy in place when it comes to the money so that it aligns with that vision, that is where the goals are all over the place and not necessarily focusing towards that big vision. All right. And you want to prioritize growth. You're able, in fact, have the ability to prioritize growth because you have a handle on your cash flow. Can you see how, rather than the compounding effect of sinking your business, is the compounding effect where you are growing, where you're headed towards scaling your business and having that empire that supports you and supports your lifestyle, and not the other way round, where you've just created a job for yourself. All right. Then the other reason as well why now is so critical is the proactive over the reactive. You know, this is what I say over and over again. You being clear on your finances, you being intentional with your profit margin allows you to be more proactive with your business rather than reactive. When you're proactive, you're allowing yourself as the CEO to be able to work on the business. You're able to go ahead and CEO away. But when you are reactive, you end up working in the business, getting caught up in the details, getting caught up in the firefighting of the different elements within your business. And that is not what we want. Okay, we want to take you, or I want to take you from the technician working in the details of your business to the strategic working on the business, to be able to scale your business, to be able to see the growth that you desire. You need to be looking overall. You need that bird's eye view. You need to be holistic. You need to be strategic. So addressing issues now means you're planning for the future. Addressing issues now means that you're not only cleaning up the past. When you're firefighting, it's usually cleaning up the past. Okay, so there's a difference between cleaning up the past and, damage control. Okay, and also there's a difference between cleaning up the past, damage control, and also pivoting because you have the different scenarios in mind. So sometimes you have to do damage control because there's only so much you control. There's only so much within your reach to control. For example, when the pandemic happened, if you're proactive about your business, then there was damage control that you needed to do to be able to make sure that the lights were still on, the business was still running, the business is still able to offer its products and services in some capacity, and also you're able to keep the lights on. But you're only able to do that because you run certain scenarios when you are preparing your cash flow forecast, when you're preparing, your strategic plan. There's always the good, the better, the best. The okay, we can do better. Fantastic. This is where I want us to be. And lush, I didn't expect this, but I'm going to embrace it. Those three categories where, whatever happens in the business, you have a rough idea, you have a plan in place to be able to cater for that. You always have to have those three concurrently running. So if things totally go pear-shaped, you have okay, I already run some scenarios in case, the bad things happen, the things we didn't expect happen. Then we have the realistic, what usually happens. That is like your middle ground, your, break even point kind of space. And then you have your lush, fantastic breakthrough, windfall, floodgates kind of scenario where this is all unexpected, but then I'm able to embrace it because I prepare for a scenario where we get a windfall. Okay, if you have any questions, make sure that you're dropping it in the comments so that I'm able to address it. If not later on in this live, in this session, then I could always jump on another time and respond to those. So that is why it is critical for you to do so now. You're riding on the new year momentum. Your clarity is going to bring you a lot more control. I can guarantee you that. And then you're more proactive rather than reactive when it comes to the decisions, when it comes to the moves that you're making in your business. It's about making those smart money moves, making those proactively smart money moves. So what are the simple steps then for you to be able to take control? Now let's think about it. If you've been following the series so far, you can probably, hint at some of what I'm going to share with you now in regards to the steps when it comes to taking control. The very first one, audit your cash flow. What does auditing your cash flow look like? So start out by listing what is coming in and then what is going out. You want to list what is coming in, you want to list what is going out. No detail is too small. Okay, all your different income streams, you want to list them. Okay, and then all the different expenses that are going out, you want to list those as well. Can I share something with you? Most people avoid this step, but this is where clarity begins. You would be surprised when you actually sit down and just, decide, okay, what is coming in, what is going out, and how do I manage that? Just the clarity, even before we start thinking of how do I manage it and how do I, use this information for my growth, for my scaling, just you sitting down and knowing what is coming in and knowing what is going out, it's a light bulb moment, an absolute light bulb moment. Okay. Then the second thing that you want to do after you've audited your cash is identifying the leaks. As you are making note of this, as you are going through, oh, this is what is coming in, and you're going through, this is what is coming out, certain things are going to pop off the screen at you or pop off the page at you, whether you're writing it or you're typing it, it doesn't matter. It's going to pop up at you to say, whoa, I didn't know this was still happening. Whoa, I didn't know that I had this overlap in this specific area. So you want to look for unnecessary expenses. You want to look for overdue invoices. You want to look for underperforming offers. I'm going to say that again. What are you looking for when I say identifying leaks? You're looking for unnecessary expenses. You could go and look at the previous sessions in this series to really go into the detail of what I meant by that, because I went into detail in previous sessions in regards to what that looks like. Then overdue invoices, you want to chase those invoices. You want to make sure that those invoices are paid. All right. And then underperforming offers. If an offer is not performing, for the love of all that is holy, take it off the shelf. Take it off the shelf. You're in business to make a profit. You're in business to make a profit. If you're not making a profit, then it is a hobby. It's a little passion project of yours. But if you're in business, especially if you're a breadwinner like I am, then you're there to make a profit. So many livelihoods depend on that. Not only the livelihoods within my family, but also the livelihoods of my team and their family members. So we all have skin in the game because the business being profitable means they have a source of income and they can take care of their family and their passion projects. Because although I have a business, I do have passion projects where it's not about, making an income. It's not about making a profit. And you see the way I mentioned the two, making an income and making a profit are two different things. If you've been in my world for a hot minute, you would know that I talk a lot about how I want to help entrepreneurs and small business owners take their business from income generating to wealth building. Income generating, you're making the money and you're able to pay your bills. But guess what? When you start thinking of your business as a wealth generating vehicle, as a wealth building vehicle, oh my gosh, the systems, the processes, the talent, even your mindset and your thought process around how you are going about your business totally changes. And I say this a lot. When you buy a house, if you're buying a house to live in, or if you're buying a house as an investment property to rent out, whether as an Airbnb or a long-term tenant, your thought process for that house is totally different. And I want to tell you today, on this bright, lovely day, that when you think of your business is the easiest, cheapest, and the one you've got the most control over when it comes to a wealth building vehicle. You have no control over the property market. You absolutely have no control over the stock market, but you do have control. You do have a lot of levers within your business to be able to build the wealth that you want to build, whatever your wealth definition is. So let me step off on my soapbox and get back into it. So identifying leaks. So identifying leaks, you want to look at unnecessary expenses, overdue invoices, and underperforming offers. And this will help you see where the small changes lead to big wins. I can tell you in a session with my clients, and this takes about 15 minutes, no more, no less. So in a 15-minute session, we're able to save $1,000 just by doing this. Looking at what's coming in, what is going out. Oh, okay, nope, nope, nope. Cancel, cancel, cancel. And I've mentioned as well that you could use a highlighter for all the different things, and you're able to see what is popping up at you in regards to, okay, this needs to go. And just looking at that, we're able to save $1,000. $1,000 in 15 minutes. I mean, talk about hot cake. And then the third thing in how to control your cash flow is creating a plan. So you want to decide where you will focus your resources for maximum ROI. And this should go hand in hand with your spending plan. You want to be intentional about where you are spending. So you want to determine, okay, this is my focus, so this is where I'm going to be spending. Usually what tends to happen now is the opposite way around is, okay, I have got 5 grand. Okay, because I have 5 grand, this is where I am going to spend. So it's the budget that determines where you are spending rather than you determining where you're spending and then the budget for it. Do you see the slight difference? And it's just more around a mindset shift where you are saying, okay, this is where I want to spend, and this is how much I'm spending, rather than the constraint and the restriction of, oh, this is how much I've got, hence this is how much I'm going to spend. So do you see one is based on, okay, how much I've got, rather than the other where, okay, this is where my focus is, this is what I want to this is what I want to do. This is where I'm getting maximum ROI, hence where I'm going to be focusing my spend. And within that plan as well, you want to create a plan that ensures you're not just fixing leaks, but you're building a stronger system for the future. Okay, so the simple steps for you to take control is auditing your cash flow, identifying leaks, and creating a plan. I'll probably add a fourth one there: stick to the plan. The plan is a live being, it's a live document. It's dynamic. You want to stick to it and move it as the environment around you is moving. Okay. You want to make sure that your team is aware of what is happening, is aware of any changes that might be done to the plan because of what is happening around you. All right. So the plan can change, but you want to be aware. And I talk this day in, day out. You want to be aware of what it is that you are changing in the plan, how that change impacts the end goal. Okay. Clarity, awareness. So that regardless of whether the plan is changing or not, you'll still have that clarity, you still have that confidence in your decision making. All right. Okay, now I'm going to talk a little bit about why the profit hour is a shortcut to all of this. So you can totally go away and do this stuff by yourself, but with the profit hour, what happens is the overwhelm. If this sounds overwhelming to you, if the process sounds overwhelming to you, which potentially it can, as I mentioned earlier, auditing your cash flow, that is the step that so many people avoid. But as I mentioned as well, that is where your biggest clarity comes in as well. So if this sounds overwhelming, you are not alone. Okay, I'll break into my Michael Jackson, you are not alone, little sing song, but I'm not going to do that. It's already playing in my head. And I know there's some people who are like me and they say certain things, and it's a song all on its own. So, my people, if you hear me, please give me a thumbs up here because I've got "You Are Not Alone" playing in my head right now. But if you find this process overwhelming, you are not alone. It is not unique to you because it could feel overwhelming if you've not done it before. And also, when you're setting up that strong foundation, it takes you a minute longer than after you've set up the foundation. It's a quick, the audit is quick, in and out, in and out. It gets to a point where 15 minutes is all you need. Okay, so the good news here is that you do not have to do it alone. In just 60 minutes, which is why I call it a profit hour, in just 60 minutes, I'll help you identify your biggest cash flow leaks. I help you plug them with actionable solutions. Remember, I'm all about immediate results. So those actionable solutions will give you immediate results. And then you walk away with the clear, simple plan of how to grow sustainably. You have that plan of how to grow sustainably. And I am big on sustainability. Okay. I don't do overwhelm. I don't do burnout. And I don't do working night and day, burning the midnight oil. I do not do that. So that's why sustainability is so important because I want you to be here long term. I want you to be here in 10, 15, 20 years' time. All right. So if you've got any thought around, okay, I want to really finish this year good, I want to start next year with a bang, profit hour is for you. I've got a few spaces left this week, so make sure that you DM me profit or you comment profit below, and we can get talking in regards to when it is that you want to have this power hour with me. So don't wait until January. Please don't wait until January to take control. Don't wait for any future date. In fact, I'm going to say, I don't know when you're going to watch this, but I guarantee you that you're waiting for either to make more revenue, you're waiting for something. And I'm here to tell you, do not wait. Do not wait to take control over your finances. Do not wait to have clarity over your cash flow. Do not wait to make sure that your business is profitable and sustainable. Okay? Let's tackle this together. So grab one of the profit hour spots, and I'll see you on the other side where we are, identifying cash flow leaks. We are coming up with solutions to plug that cash flow leak, and we're making clear, simple plans for growth and sustainability. All right. So that is all I wanted to share with you today. If you have any questions, make sure that you pop it in the comments, pop it below, and I will get to them. And if you feel that your cash flow needs a reset before the new year, make sure that you book yourself a profit hour. Okay. And also, one thing that I want you to think about, in fact, you can drop it in the comments as well. What is the one thing you think is holding your cash flow back? I would like to explore that as well. What is the one thing you think is holding your cash flow back? Let's look into that as well. Okay. With that said, enjoy the rest of your day, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye bye for now.